Hi scholars, Dr. Ratcliffe here. I just wanted to make a little brief video to give some general feedback about your test speeches. First of all, I really enjoyed getting to know each and every one of you through these speech assignments, and I appreciate that many of you were prepared, you followed the recording requirements, which you could probably tell was kind of the main point of that particular speech assignment. And you were able to already display some great delivery techniques. And so to check your grade for this particular assignment, just go to the Grades tab and then scroll down to Test Speech. You'll see your grade, and then you'll see a little rubric icon next to your grade. Click on that. Many times I left comments in a couple of categories on that rubric so you can know what to work on for your next speech. Delivery was not graded in this speech, but sometimes I went ahead and gave you a little heads up, hey, you're already doing this well, or consider working on this one thing for your next speech. So general feedback that everyone could probably benefit includes the following. First of all, what do I do with my hands during a speech? And so a lot of people have a tendency of creating a barrier between them and the audience with their hands or their arms. So let me stand up and demonstrate. So most people's comfort zone is, well, my head's cut off, but that's okay. You don't need to see my head. Is basically with, their kind of hands are right here or they're clasped right here. And so this creates a nonverbal signal that basically you're uncomfortable, you're kind of closed off, don't really want to interact with the audience. It's very normal, so don't worry about it. Other people like to keep their hands moving. You tend to talk with your hands a lot. And so if you're constantly moving your hands, you need to realize that that can also be distracting to the audience. And so what's the best solution? Well, when you're not gesturing for emphasis or to make a point, to help you emphasize something, just place your hands by your side. This can be a little awkward at first because it removes that barrier that you have between you and the audience. And it also opens up your body language, which if you think about what you're doing in everyday conversation, you realize that you probably are closing off a little bit of body language. So just open it up, practice it. It'll be a little awkward at the beginning. Once you get the hang of it, it's not very bad. And of course, it's always good to gesture for emphasis or to illustrate something. But in this particular instance, if you're not gesturing, then just go ahead and place your hands by your side. That kind of segues into this idea of movement. What should you do in terms of movement with your speeches? Of course, we don't want to reveal our nervousness by having nervous movement like swaying back and forth or shuffling our feet, but it is okay to move with purpose in your speech, whether it's a step forward if you want to emphasize something, or you may want to step over to the side when you transition to a new point and then step back. These things just need to be done with purpose, not out of nervousness. And so keep that in mind as you practice the nonverbal delivery for your next speech. The other thing to consider is eye contact. So you're in a unique situation in which you're taking this class online. And basically what we're having you do is to recreate a professional speech environment in your home or at work. And so you are actually giving your speeches to your live audience. And then it's recorded, and I and some of your classmates will see this speech at a later date. So yes, I am part of your audience, and your classmates are part of your audience, but what you're mostly concerned about is making good eye contact with your live audience during your speech. So what does that mean? That means looking at them instead of just the camera. Now, please place the camera in with the live audience, and so the camera is part of the people that you're looking at or the person that you're looking at. And it's just one of 4 or 5 people that are gathered there to look at you. But you need to be making eye contact or building up to making eye contact with all of the live members of your audience. And please make sure those audience members are actually paying attention to you. It does no good for you to deliver a speech with someone who's over there on their laptop, not really watching what you're doing. And so try to get cooperative audience members. The last thing I want to talk about is when you post your speech assignments, you need to make sure that you do this correctly. So the Canvas app does not work for you to post discussions when you're divided into groups. There are 75 of you, and so what I've done is I put you into smaller classes of 15, and all of your discussions and your individual speeches are held within that group. And so you have a class discussion group. If you post your speech link through Canvas app, it will not put you in your group. It'll kick you out of your group, and you're just kind of floating around there outside of your group. And so your group members can't see it, and I have a hard time finding your speech link. So when you post your assignment, it's best to sit down at a computer, go into, using a browser, go into Canvas through Apache Access, and actually go to the discussion assignment or the speech assignment directly. Do not post from the to-do list. Do not go through the calendar. Go to the assignment and then hit the reply box under that assignment and then post. And so this will ensure that your post shows up in your class discussion group. So if this affected you, I sent you a personal message, and or it's in your rubric actually, and so you'll just want to be aware of how to do that differently next time. Now, I have graded most of the speeches. I still probably have about 15 left to grade. I think I'll get done with this by a Wednesday or Thursday of this week, and so everyone should be able to go in and look at my feedback at that point. That's it. I think you all did a great job. I'm so excited about your skills and abilities you're already displaying, and I appreciate all of your efforts in this class up to this point. If you have any questions about anything concerning our speech class, just let me know.